Hey, greetings from sunny St. Francis, Cape St. Francis. And so we're going to talk about how to make a flow rope. So I bought some, and I distribute flow ropes wherever I go. So I went down to the local marine shop, and what you want is double braided marine rope. It's polyester rope, which is not ideal, but it's double braided. And about the right thickness is about 12 to 16 millimeters. Okay, so this is 12 millimeters. I'm not using flow ropes in the traditional sense of the world where we're trying to do a quick movement. We actually want a relatively slow movement. So a dense rope, if you go to a rope shop and physically buy one, a dense rope that feels kind of stiffer and not too floppy is a good idea. And a thicker rope slows down because there's more wind resistance in the air and you get more tactile feel. Because remember, we want to swing ropes relatively slowly. Okay, so the right height for a flow rope is if I stand on it. Okay, we want this is a horizontal forearm. So if I hold the handle, I basically want my flow rope to be horizontal forearm height. Here I've done a fancy knot, and I will teach you how to do the fancy knot at the end of this video, but because everyone's got a short attention span, I'll teach you how to do the short knot. So what I've done is, we've stood in the rope, I've looped the rope over at my horizontal forearm height. So no, this is how long this rope should be, that's the end of the knot. If you order rope, you typically need 4 meters or 12 feet of rope to make a flow rope. So it's about this long, the tying bit. And then simply put, I'm going to, let's stay in focus, okay, I'm going to grab a nice handful of rope and then just wrap it round itself. So there's a loop, and I'm now wrapping the rope around itself, and you want quite a few links. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 links, but too much loop. So let me just come a little bit closer. I'm going to go aim for about 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then thread it through there. Okay. So I've pulled it through there, and then I just tighten it from the bottom. So I'm going to pull it this way. Okay, and so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but my little knot goes skew out that side, but that's the quick and easy way to do it. And there we go. Now I have a flow rope that I can hold by the handles, and my forearm is horizontal. And again, a lot of the work we're doing is slowly learning to move from the center out. It's not very, very quick, so we want a heavy rope and we want a thick rope so it slows down. And you can practice head over foot and slowing, moving from the center. We're being lazy with the rope. There are different styles of ropes. So sometimes the rope will be thin and you're doing a lot of different moves. Okay, so that's how to make, that is the easy way to make a flow rope. And now, for those of you with long attention spans, we'll teach you how to tie the knot. Hello. We'll teach you how to tie the knot the smart, clever way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is link the rope in sort of 3. Okay. So I've got 3 pieces of rope. I'm ignoring this rope, and I'm ignoring the one that becomes this rope. I want the other piece. I've got to figure out which one that is. Okay, there we go. So I'm not using the free end of the rope, and I'm not using the long end of the rope. Okay, there's only one other rope here, and that's this piece. So it's the one that's going to loop round, and I want it away from me. So I'm going to loop it away, and I'm going to loop it one more time, and then I'm going to hold it there. Now I need to take this loop out, and then I'm going to untwist the rope, because the rope will get very, very twisted very quickly, and I'm twisting in the same direction that I'm making the loop. So if I'm making the loops that way around, I'm going to twist this rope forward the same way. And now I've taken the tension or the twist out of the rope, okay? And then I carry on with my loop. So loop 1, generally speaking 2 loops, hold it, get the middle one out of the way, and then again twist. Can you see how twisted that is? I'm going to twist it forward in the same direction that I'm looping around the rope, and take the twist out, and then I repeat. 1, I'm running out of rope here. Free it up, untwist it, get myself a little bit more rope. Okay, 1 more. You're normally gonna lose a knot or 2 when you twist this rope. So I'm gonna have more loops. That one I got 5, right? Remember, we wanted 5. I'm probably gonna make about 6 to 7 loops. If you make too few loops, it's not the end. If you make too few loops, it's not the end of the world. Okay, you can add a loop afterwards. So there I'm going 1 more time. This looks good. Untwist. Get that loop in the middle. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops. It's pretty clean. I just pull this bottom one and I make a loop at the top. Okay, and now obviously we want to get that down that way. So if I come to the bottom, I can, okay, if I come to the bottom, I grab there and I pull. So it's nice and tidy at the end. And now you got to pay attention. I'm going to reorganize these loops. So I take this, because I've pulled it out to make space, I take that and I roll it around, and I'm basically just making, it's almost like, I don't know, you're just replacing the old loops with a new tighter loop. Okay, so I'm just rolling round. I hope you can see this and see what I'm doing. It took me quite a while to figure this out. And then I end up with a loop at the end, and I'm going to pull down, and magically for some reason a loop disappears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we always want to put an extra loop in, but then the joys of this, so you can just twist it to tighten it a little bit, pull it tight. The joys of this is now you have a very, very neat self-tightening loop. So you might have to watch that a few times, I'm afraid, and figure it out. It's well worth it. And there we have a flow rope. Ta-da! So this, my beauties, cost me $5. Or when my shop opens up when I get back from holidays, you can buy it from, I'll try and paste the link below. You can buy it from me for $65. Generally speaking, the ropes are actually quite expensive. So 16mm nice double braided rope in the US, buying from a wholesaler will cost you about $20, $25. And then like if I ship it, it costs about another $12. So it ends up being about $32 to make one. And that's not time of shipping and sending and the cost of returns and things. So anyway, just so you all understand how to make a rope, but that's how to make a flow rope, and a pretty neat and nice one too. Oh, and if you want to, you can get, thanks for watching if you've been watching this far, you can get electrical plastic that's heat shrinkable, and you can basically just put heat shrink plastic over here and heat it up, and then it'll shrink and close these knots off and tie them off at the end. So I'll do that when I get back home if I still own this rope. I haven't given it away. Okay, take care, move well, use your flow rope, and good luck.